tell me about why'd you get into law enforcement?
I'm a third generation out of my family. My dad's uncle was the sheriff of Gooding County in the early 50s. He went on to be with the FBI. He left the position of sheriff to join the FBI. My father was in law enforcement for almost 30 years, 16 of which was with the sheriff's office here. Uh, I grew up with it, and talking about driving fast and seeing different things and helping people. Who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah, so it's always just kind of was a family thing. You always wanted to do it
Right.
from the very beginning. Well, was it, give me an idea. I mean, obviously you were growing up with it. Have any idea of your earliest recollection of, yeah, I think I want to do what my dad wants to do?
Um, my dad had already been in it for over 10 years when I was born. Um, he was the chief deputy at the time when I was born, and the sheriff that he worked for was Robert Aha. And I can remember being a kid and watching how Robert talked to people and how he was honest with them and just kind of how he treated everybody and the results that he got out of how he treated the public.
Mm.
I thought, man, everybody looks up to that guy. That
So from the very beginning, you wanted to go into law enforcement. What kind of student were you? What'd you do when you were growing up? And was there anything, knowing that you wanted to go into law enforcement, was there anything that you kind of did to kind of prepare yourself as you were growing up?
yeah, I, I wasn't the best student. I had to be on the honor roll, so I didn't get punched out at home. Uh, you had to stay on the honor roll, be able to have insurance for the car so that you go chase the girls.
Well, you're on the honor roll, so you're obviously not a horrible student, right?
Well, I bought a horse from a teacher so that I could pass a class. If that give you any idea of
Okay.
the long time ago, you had to do what you could to survive.
Okay.
And in high school, I rode with Sheriff Goff and his deputies at least once a week, probably every weekend, all the way through going to high school.
Wow. So from a young age, you did ride-alongs the whole
Yes,
the whole time.
yes.
Did you ever learn anything? I mean, it was doing those ride-alongs at such a young age. Was there anything that surprised you? I mean, obviously you have a family background that's in law enforcement. Did you ever, but riding around with these guys doing ride-alongs, did you ever go, ah, crap, I never thought about that?
One of the things that I learned uh, through Sean and the deputies that I rode with at the time, uh, it doesn't really matter what you say to those people, it's how you say it. And that has that's one of the things that I do for the sheriff's office now is the interviews. If we have a big interview, there's a high likelihood it's going to be me that's going to be in there talking to the people and learning that you can say about anything that you want, but it's how you say it. It's how you sell it to them to get them to. For example, if you call somebody just an outright asshole, it's one thing if you say, "Dude, you're an asshole," or if you go, "Dude, you're an asshole." It's a completely different deal.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're laughing with you, maybe, whatever the case may be. But how you how you sell what you're saying to them matters.
So where do you think you got that from? Because I think it's fair to say that you kind of developed a specialty to talk to people like that and interview people. Where do you think that came from?
I've always been a talker. Uh, I've always I'll talk to anybody. You talk to anybody that knows me. If I'm somewhere and I see something weird going in a restaurant or something, I'll say something to somebody, and then pretty quick we're talking. And that's just how it's always been for me.
Hmm. When you were in high school, were you into any sports, anything like that?
No, I was into music.
Okay. Which I think is interesting because I listen to, that you have these you have these famous personalities out there like a Adam Carolla or a Jimmy Dore, and part of what they have this in their mind is it's only the dumb jocks that get into law enforcement. But clearly that isn't the case with you.
Oh, I was a fancy musician. Just no, I actually started out as a music major because my dad did not want me to be a cop.
Really?
It caused a great family rift when I told him that I had quit music school and had got into the law enforcement program at CSI.
What up until that point before getting into CSI, what did you want to do with the music?
I was going to go be a music teacher.
Oh, okay. So you get into CSI. How does your dad take that? Does he finally accept it, or is there a big battle about it? Is there a discussion? What happens?
Oh, we had a up close and personal face to face on Christmas Eve over it.
Why didn't he want you going into law enforcement?
Um, I think that I think parents inherently want their kids to do better than them, and in law enforcement, in order to do anything, you have to start at the bottom. You're
Hmm.
not going to just tee off at the top. You're going to have your feet down in the mud a little bit. And I music teacher, you're off through the summers. You don't have any nights. You don't have to work any holidays. Uh, no dead people. Uh, I think he just wanted maybe a happier life.